everybody. How is everybody doing? Today I'm going to talk about something that I really love. And this is my cast iron pots. I mean, these are my favorite pots that I use to cook. And I just love it because they tend to hold heat so very well. And I don't know if it's my imagination, but I just find the flavor of the food is so much different. Like when I cook with my cast iron pot. I don't know, it just could be my imagination. But cast iron pots is not something new to me. I mean, as a child, we had lots of cast iron pots. I mean, we have always cooked with cast iron pots, so it's not like something brand new. Cast iron pots has always been there. Actually, I even have some old pots from my husband's mother for cast iron pots, and they're the best pots to cook certain things. And I mean, the taste is just awesome, especially if you cook things over like open wood fire and stuff like that. Like the smoke of the wood and everything gives it a flavor. So I love to use my cast iron pots to do things like that. And another thing I use my cast iron pot for is for baking. So I bake stovetop bread and with it. So it's really good. And I've acquired some of these pots by just going to not garage sales, but yes, garage sales. Did I? No, I didn't find any at garage sales actually. I found them at the thrift store. That's what it is. At the thrift store. And then twice I was at um one of those regular stores and I came across two cast iron pots and they were like, I don't know, I think they were discounted or their mistake was made on the price, and the price that I got them for was ridiculous. I won't even tell you guys the price was ridiculous. When I actually came home and I looked at the price on that, I was like, oh, I guess somebody at the store was having a bad day and they guess they put a bad price on it. So anyways, I got it for that. But anyways, I have quite a collection of them, and I think I must have maybe, I don't know. Guys, I think I have about 8. But today I am just gonna I made some meals last night and then I washed these pots, and I just figured I will just show you guys how to just keep them nice and just take care of them once you use them. So I'm just gonna show you how I take care of my cast iron pot. So let me show you what I do. So cast iron pots, when you wash them, they tend to look like this, right? And I had to wash mine with soap because I just had some stuff stick inside of it. So this is what it will look like once you wash it. So all you do is put some oil, and today I'm using olive oil, and you don't have to use olive oil. You can use any kind of fat that you have. Rendered fat, could be olive oil, it could be canola oil, it could be any kind of oil, any kind of fat, tallow, any kind of fat. And you see, as I start to clean it, you see how it starts to look? It starts to look better already. So this kind of rusty part of it just goes away right away. And I just use a piece of paper. You can use cloth if you have it. And then I tend to just turn mine over and see if the back of it needs a little. And I just run it, but the back is fine. It doesn't need anything. And let me put this oil over. And then I just do the next one. And the next one is it's pretty good. There's just a little, I don't know if you can see that, like right in the corner here. Yeah. So this one I use it a lot to cook. So all you do is just basically, again, you just use your paper and you smear the oil all over it. Now sometimes what I do is I put this on the stove for like 5-10 minutes to get hot with the oil, but I don't need to do that today because I think they're good. When I cook eggs, they didn't stick. So if I find like I'm cooking things and they're sticking a bit, I tend to do this to it, then put it on the stove for 10 minutes, then it get really hot, and I leave it to cool down. Then I grease it again, and I put it on the stove for 5 more minutes, then I'm done with it. So this kind of helps it to get it become a little bit more non-stick again. But so far so good, it's doing really well. So this is what I do, and I just stack them one inside the other. Now I have my wok here, and sometimes my wok have these lines inside of it, and I just put some oil on it also. I just grease my wok, and this is not cast iron, but I'm just showing you that you can also do that to your wok, and this will help the wok to perform better. If you see, it has like a little rusty, see, and now it looks much better, and the things in your wok is not gonna stick. So not only with cast iron, with certain pots, this is like a heavy wok. I don't know what material it is made of, but this is kind of heavy wok. The woks are different. They're different weights. This one is, I have two of them, and they're heavy, so I don't know what material they make out of. But sometimes they kind of come like the cast iron, and now all I do is put some oil on it, and they're fine. They don't stick anymore. So I've been doing that too. And that's it, guys. I just have my cast iron pots. It's all done, and I tend to go behind and see if I need some at the back, and I just rub that in the back of it. And I'm just going to discard that. This is olive oil. I can just rub it on my hand. It's no big deal. But that's basically it, guys. There's no rhyme or rhythm to it. And I just store mine inside my cupboard. And when I'm ready to use it, I just take it out. I fry my eggs. Whatever I'm doing, I just take it out and I use it, and it works perfectly. I tend not to put soap inside my pot, my cast iron pot, unless it's really sticky or something got burnt in it. I tend to soak it first with water, and if that doesn't release the food that is stuck in the bottom of it, then I tend to just use my regular sponge and just scrub that off, and it comes out really well, and I don't have issue with it. But usually, if nothing sticks in my cast iron pots, I just use plain old water and I just rinse it out. Now I have my homemade soap that I use, made from scratch with lye and coconut oil, and most of the times I use this to wash my pots if I really need to use some soap, because the commercial soap can be very harsh for your pots. But again, some people said it doesn't bother their pots, but you know, everybody have their own things that they do for their cast iron pots. So I have used regular soap before in my cast iron pots, and I notice it really takes the grease off. So I try not to use that. But when I use my own natural soap that I make from scratch, it does a better job. It doesn't remove too much of the grease, and so I tend to use that if I really need to. But I rarely need to use it. I just put water and just the sponge, and it's all good and clean. And if I feel like giving it a good old wash one time, I do that. And all I do is I just grease it, put it on the stove for 5 minutes, let it cool down, then grease it again, and it's all done. And then it goes right back to its good old sticky self, non-stick self again, and ready to be cooked. So if you cook with any cast iron pots or any things like that, let me know, and I would really love to know some of the things that you make in your cast iron pots. And I have quite a collection of cast iron pots. Maybe I will do a video about my collection of cast iron pots. But guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something from this video. And yeah, that's basically it. So thanks for watching.